Hi, I'm Ashley Appap.
And I'm Hayley Tanto.
Welcome to Call an Adult, a Pretty Little Liars recap podcast.
Each week we'll dive headfirst into the absolutely bonkers world of PLL as we recap the iconic series.
Where everyone is hot.
And no one calls an adult.
Let's go, bitches!
A.
Well.
Well, bloody well.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, here we are.
Here we are. Okay, so this
Finally at the finale. We've been saying for 8 years.
Look, it's been 2, but it has felt like 8. PLL time.
Don't fact check me. I think it's been 8 years.
I think it's
we've
been
been
8
saying on this podcast.
You know what? As improv legend Ariana Grande once said, yes, and it's been 8 years.
Yes.
And yes, and if you're here with us listening to this, it's of course us, Ashley and Hayley, the Call an Adult girlies.
Hello, Ash. How are you? How you going?
Bloody brilliant, I'm so excited. How are you?
I'm great. We are in studio and it feels so professional and I don't have to worry about my mic peaking, hopefully. So
Hey.
it feels good.
It feels wonderful. We're at Stupid Old Studios. We're so happy to be here. We have cameras on us. Maybe you can see us. We don't know what you are doing. But if you are, you might see that Hayley and I both have grey hoodies on because neither of us own black ones. Oh,
And
actually we do. We both have the same black
We actually
hoodie.
both have black 30 Rock hoodies that we did not plan.
But
I didn't bring one. I'm generously wearing one that our special guest brought.
secret special guest. Interesting.
Speaking of which,
Let's just get her the hell in. Okay?
I think so.
Let's give the people what they want.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Let's do a slow reveal.
It's Redcoat.
So,
Or Redscrote, as we like to call her.
Redscrote.
Redscrote. It's Ali Sheehan, everyone.
Ali Sheehan just turned around like a beautiful villain, with like facing in a spinny chair, facing like the back of the studio away from us, and then spun around in a red coat.
It needed to be dramatic.
Looking impeccable, while
amazing.
Hayley and I have our hoodies as if we're the A-team. A, not the right colour. B, over our headphones. So I look like I'm going for Meredith Marks drapery.
Yeah.
No.
We look flop.
We look
It's
flop.
giving techno boy toy.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
Your software slays.
By the way, BTW only started existing after that.
Every time we do like some, or like I think when we did the merch call out, I think you bring that up.
I was like, I
when
need
you
that.
can, and I think
Yeah,
it's very
please.
important to bring that up.
It is.
Your software slays, by the way.
Exactly.
It does. Ali, how are you today?
So good. Overheating. I don't know how Redcoat did it, but it had to be done.
You know,
Are we
what?
ready to disrobe?
Let's disrobe.
Now that we've done the bit? Great.
Great. That was absolutely worth it.
Oh my
I
God,
also
it was
want
so
the
hot.
viewers to know, those that are watching, you guys know I'm an Aria apologist, so I'm wearing Aria Montgomery boots.
Oh, they're
see that?
gorgeous.
Thank
Are they the
you.
ones you bought this morning?
No, but I thrifted these yesterday.
Oh, my.
They're from Rivers.
Oh,
that's
that's
orthopedically
quality. That's
sound.
quality.
Important. That's
Yep.
very
That
important
is so
to
good.
us.
I think it's also really nice that we do have an Aria apologist on the pod
You need
because
one.
we do give her flowers, but we are harsh on her.
You are haters, but she
We're haters.
deserves it.
In this episode,
We're
the
lovers
decision
of
she
Byron.
makes-
Mm-hmm.
we
Oh my
are
God, it's
pro
buttercreams
Aria.
galore. Spoiler.
It's buttercreams. I'm creaming for buttercreams.
I'm
in this app.
crumbing and creaming. So we're glad you're here because you're amazing, but also to defend Aria because we probably do have some listeners that are like, please be nice, sir, to her.
I'm here for you guys.
Yeah, and we're here for you. Ali, will this be your third or fourth appearance? I can't.
Second, mate.
No, because one of
we
them was
chopped-
2 episodes.
Oh, that's
that
true.
We recorded in one day.
Oh, that's so true.
I really thought this was like the third. You feel like
I feel like I've been here all
furniture.
along. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think it's technically the third. Anyway, regardless, you
It's
are
good to be back.
in the canon. You're in the Andrew Cunanan.
Wow.
Andrew
If we
Cunanan.
will, and I will.
we will.
So now, this episode is so intense that we simply have to get into it. Okay.
I think we have to just go right in to episode 24 of season 3. A dangerous game, or if you read it like phonetically, it's like a dangerous game because of the A's.
Because of the A's. And this episode was written by, of course, the icon, Marlene Queen.
Thank God.
Thank God for her. And it was directed by Patrick Norris. Go off. Marlene Patrick Norris King.
King.
And it was released on March 19th, 2013. So happy birthday to all of the March 19th birthday babies out there, including young Gravy.
Oh,
Good for him.
yeah.
Bruce Willis,
Oh,
King. Hope you
Hope you are well. Like, I hope he's well.
He is
I
unwell.
do. Yeah, he's a legend.
Theo Von, HBD. You know, with not enough people born this time of year, in my opinion. They're really
No
not
one's
popping
fucking
off.
in whenever. I'm not doing the
There was a
math.
period of time where we had so many icons in 1 week, and now it's all
That means
Flops.
that this episode was so good that it took up all of that space.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
that years before no one could be born. No one at all.
No, because they were like, this episode of PLL.
It's gonna be so good.
I'm going to
It's
say
gonna
something spicy. Just that, like, I Marlene King rarely misses. This episode was random. It was crazy.
I was gonna say, I feel like
Yes.
it gave more questions than answers.
And then when it ended, I was like, oh, yes. Oh,
here we go.
Okay. It felt kind of more like a mid-season finale.
Yes.
So I love the Queen, but it was... And I
But
also
I
have
love
some
that.
comments to share at the end from like the PLL wiki about it. Anyway, it was
Ooh.
I don't think it was that well received.
Yeah, well,
I had a good time.
I had a very good time. And looking back on it, with no spoilers, of course, knowing that we're going into the Grumwall era is just...
I forgot about
If
it.
you don't know what that means, you won't know for a while. And you
And
don't
I
need to
envy
know.
you if you don't.
And you're about to meet an icon eventually. But for now, also, we need to play a little game, and I'll play with both of you.
Yes.
We've never had someone else to play the game for.
Ooh.
You have to guess.
Is it a dangerous game?
It's a dangerous game. You have to guess the
Christopher
number one
Walken.
song. Christopher running away from Redcoat. You have to guess the number one song from March 19th, 2013, which is the day it came out. I've got 3 options for you. Okay?
And the multi-choice.
Multi-choice, and
Great.
one of them is correct. We have We Are Young by Fun. We have Harlem Shake by Bauer. We have When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars.
So for context, Harlem Shake, I think is won a few weeks in a row. I've like guessed that.
I think maybe 2.
Yeah. So that's just some context to know
thank
like
you. It has been on there.
how long has it been there for? Once there was like one
Trying
song
to think,
that was there
when
for
did
ages.
Glee do it? Like, when did it peak?
Yes. So all the options, like a Bruno Mars song, Fun, and
I just realized as I'm drinking my water bottle. Wait. It's in front of Hayley. Oh my God. Haley's drinking from my
You
water
have
bottle.
to edit that in.
That's so out of focus. That's very
which is
funny.
I think it's for the best because it went out of focus while I was sucking up water.
Suck it in,
I hope people
slopping.
screenshot that and use it for edits of you.
Please.
I hope that's a deep fake.
That's your new merch, actually.
That's a great idea.
That's a good. I'll suck in a water bowl.
Oh.
Hello, sister.
Okay, so
Hello,
what were the
sister.
options again?
The options
Fun-
were
We Are Young by Fun.
Tonight.
A Bruno Mars song, When I Was Your Man.
Yep.
And then Harlem Shake
Harlem
by Bow.
Shake.
Okay, to make it quick, I will say Harlem Shake one more time. To make it
I'm going to go with Bruno.
You're gonna go with
that's
Bruno.
a good choice.
We didn't talk about him.
We don't, but just this once.
But right now we are talking about him.
We locking it in,
Let's lock
Look
it
at
in.
an Eddie.
Ali. You're a big fat loser.
Oh!
And I'm also wrong, aren't I?
You're a big fat loser. You're wrong. Cue Lift by Shannon Knoll, the theme song to Australia's Big Fat Loser.
And now I have to leave the pod.
I did that song at the work karaoke party last year.
I
and
will sing.
It kind of flopped.
Really?
I thought people would like get in on it. But they were like,
No, the
I
audience
love it
failed
so
you.
much. I know, it's such a good song.
It's unironically one of my favorite songs of all time.
Same.
I've tweeted
I
that.
listen to it when I hike to like keep me going.
Oh my God, guys.
you needed
Where
us
were
there.
you?
Yes, so
I
sorry.
listen to that when I hike the heights
Oh,
of consciousness. You know what I'm
Huffing on
saying?
dude.
Huffing on dude.
Does
You know
this
what I'm
mean
talking about?
Hayley was right?
Haley. You're the champ.
do the Harlem Shake. I'm so shocked that was number one for so long. I
How
didn't
many
know-
weeks are we going on now?
This
I
feels
think
like
3.
three, maybe
Okay.
3. I think I've
Before that, of course, it was Thrift Shop.
Oh,
Thrift Shop
this
was
was
there
a
for
dark
a long
time
It
for
was
music
dark.
and fashion.
But not television.
No.
No.
Speaking of, let's get to it.
Let's
okay.
get to it, to it,
now,
to it.
some of these notes I've done in paper, in scratchy handwriting, and then the rest, once again, blocking Hayley. And the rest on my phone. So bear with me. Let's see if we have any funny spelling mistakes.
Oh, we're going to have some funny spelling mistakes.
All right. Okay. So this episode opens with.
Oh, wait. First, we have to hear from
my
the
God,
12-year-olds and Stan.
What are we doing?
It is.
So
We have so
flustered
many.
by having me here. You've skipped everything you normally do.
We're so
we saw those
excited.
tig old biddies and we were like,
Lost your mind.
Okay,
Ali is
okay.
wearing the cutest
My little
like
Aria.
cherry or
outfit.
strawberry.
That is cuter than something Aria would wear.
You're right, it is.
That's something Spencer would wear in the summertime.
Yeah, and
Summertime.
something Ali would wear in brackets compliment. Alison De Laurentiis. Compliment.
Yes. Because most of the things said about her are
Derogatory.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
just
All
compliment.
right. Haley, what has Australian streaming service Stan said?
Australian streaming service Stan says, in the season finale, the girls hope to end the game.
Accurate.
It's accurate. I found it a bit like weak, but it's good. We'll take it.
All right. Well, let's hear from the other girls, of course. Megan, the 12-year-old.
Megan, the 12-year-olds.
Okay. Spencer is released from Radley. To celebrate, she invites her friends to a soiree. After receiving a clue from Malcolm while babysitting him, Hannah determines that Spencer was the one who kidnapped Malcolm. Aria, Emily, and Hannah band together to trick Spencer and find out her motives. Spencer finds Toby, and they both determine that they each join the A-team to protect one another and end up reconciling. While Spencer falls for their trap, she is forced to come clean with her friends about Toby, her A-team involvements, and Redcoat's plan for all four of them at the soiree. Emily catches Jenna, Melissa, and Shauna conspiring something at Jenna's house. At the soiree, the liars confront Mona in the lodge while Toby and Spencer venture out to determine Redcoat's identity, still unknown to all three A-team members. However, someone traps the liars with Mona in the lodge and sets it on fire, leaving them with no escape.
Escape.
Spencer sees Redcoat get out of the plane, and at first glance, she thinks it's Allison. Toby is knocked unconscious in the woods, and the mysterious figure drops a lighter by his hand, making him look responsible for starting the fire. Redcoat pulls the liars and Mona out of the lodge. Hannah wakes up and sees Redcoat staring at her. Redcoat is revealed to be a very much alive Alison De Laurentiis. Mona says she saw Allison too. Spencer comes back and says she saw Allison also. On the way back to Rosewood, Mona reveals that Redcoat would sometimes wear a mask that looked like Allison's face. This means that Redcoat could have looked just like Allison. The liars and Mona spot Wilden's car in front of the church. The video of Ashley running him over plays with an added clip of Jenna and Shauna dragging away his body. Spencer notices something fishy about the trunk. Before opening it, all five girls receive the same text that reads, "You're mine now. Kisses. A." Spencer opens the trunk and all five girls gasp in unison at the sight of its contents. In the final scene, a hand reaches out from the dirt and another grabs it and starts pulling the trapped person out.
Gag. Gag.
Gug.
I love when we have scenes that we slowly get more of.
Yes.
Just like the hand, like so interesting.
It's cool. It was like nice. Also, why is there a plane?
Because the slipstream in the sky allows you to fly up there.
Why was the plane?
I believe that's the science.
Like when Jenna hears it earlier in the park, so we know that planes exist in Rosewood.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. Okay.
They're like, we're setting Easter eggs. Planes are here.
Plane. You've never seen a plane before in Rosewood, have you? Well, guess
This
what?
is what they sound like.
You've seen trains and you've seen
And
automobiles.
it's true. I haven't seen a plane in Rosewood.
That is true.
And before we saw the Halloween train, we didn't see a train either, I guess.
No. And then everyone loves the fucking train.
We've
When
seen
it's
bikes.
Halloween, we've seen bikes.
We've seen motorbikes, of course, because because Toby is Emily's favourite motorbikist guy. Biker, yeah, motorbikist. Write that down. All right. Guys, the show starts off on a crazy note. They're all at the Hastings house waiting on the iconic stairwell. And they're all like, oh, God, Spencer's home. We need to be kind to her. And when she comes down, the first thing she says is the iconic quote that Alison once said, which is, you know what they say about hope? Breeds eternal misery.
I love a callback.
We love a callback.
It's actually one that Spencer said.
Wait.
Allison?
I think so.
I swear.
I'm picturing them at where the Kissing Rock conversations happen by that lake.
Yes, I think.
Because I have like a trivia note that
Am I wrong?
Spencer mentioned the quote she said on the pilot, which is hope breeds eternal misery.
I thought that Allison. Okay, well,
And it is, I will say it's more Spencer coded than Ali coded. Ali would be like, hope breeds eternal fuck or something.
hope
Or
breeds
like-
eternal herpes.
Yeah, hope brings eternal infamy. I don't know, like
Incest.
insert. Well,
The girls
it's
are
also,
there.
I also just want to say that they're sitting around like all this really elaborate high tea. Like
A spread.
it's an absolute spread. Also, the house looked weird here.
Like empty-ish or what?
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like super sunny in a way that I was like, are they in the Hastings house? Anyway.
I also felt like I know the Hastings are a bit like they put on a show a bit too much, but I would love if every time my mental health suffered a bit, my family like, here's a beautiful spread of things.
Fuck me too.
Here's a soiree
Here's
for
a
you.
crumpet.
Yeah.
Get crumped. Also,
Get crumped.
speaking of, love that we learn through science what the difference between a crumpet and English muffin is.
A
I
griddle
didn't
cake.
know. It's a griddle cake. One's made of batter, one's made of bread, baby.
Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you, Spencer. But also, like, we know the difference. Crumpets
Yeah.
are so weird and like
I didn't
porous, and then muffins are like
Haley,
a little, I guess, a griddle cake. I don't know what that is,
yum.
but they're different
Pancake.
things.
A griddle
The
cake
questions
is
didn't need to be asked.
Thank
and
you,
also,
Hannah.
Haley, forget I'm a dumb little piece of shit.
I do forget that.
I was watching it with dear friend of Ali and I, Georgia Firth, and she was like, before they said it, she's like, one of them's a cake, and I was like, how do you know this?
Wow.
She's just watched Pretty Little Liars too much.
She's just watched it too much. I think that's why.
Get her on the bot.
Get on the, well,
Yeah.
I did do a voice recording of us watching it.
Oh, true.
So
Yeah, insert.
who knows?
Also,
that
shout out
content
to anyone
exists.
else that struggles with crumpets because they have trypophobia like me.
That's because that's like I don't, but like it is very porous. It has all these
Yes.
like little holes in it.
Disgusting.
So it would be weird for people.
That's why you hate my holes.
Exactly. It's not personal.
No,
She hates all holes.
all holes.
As we all should. Spencer says something really cool here. It's very cunt. Because she's like, at this point, it's like, oh my God, like, where does she stand? I think, because it's like, we know she's in the A team, but we're like, what's happening? And she says, I decided I didn't want to be a victim anymore. That's not who I am.
So.
And it was sexy. I was like, go Spenny.
It was.
She's like, some people are victims and I'm not one of them.
No.
The Joker is not me. And then A is going hacker mode in the lair, getting like a phone number. It's
I
like,
love that they're in an
rock
RV
music is
also.
I know.
We're traveling around the country.
yeah, they're going on a road trip. They're
I
going to see all the
want more
monuments.
I do want more A scenes.
Especially lair scenes. So fun.
This
They're so
episode,
good.
I feel we got the most insight into what A is doing.
Yes.
Or who this person in the Blackwood, because we will find out why later, because it's someone who we already know the perspective of and we'll see the perspective of.
Also, it's worth noting that Mona has a mug that says, is it Friday yet?
so 2013.
I almost shit myself when I saw it. I was
like,
like,
do A-Team get weekends off? Is that why she's excited for Friday?
When else how do they have this time?
no, the A-Team works every day that has the letter A in it.
How is Mona good at school and also
Because Mona's a genius.
she is a
We
genius?
know this.
It's true.
Quick
you,
question
Mona.
before we go on.
Please.
Do you guys consider Mona a liar, like a pretty little liar?
Now,
When we
from this
discuss-
point onwards, I feel like yes.
Okay, so you consider Ali, the four girls, and Mona.
Maybe it's okay. This is tough because I'm rewatching after having not rewatched for a long time. So to me, based on just it's going off the last 3 seasons, but I think for me it's just the 4 girls are the liars.
I agree.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, I do agree. I
think people can join them, but it's like the liars, the girls.
the girls. I think personally, I think Mona's better than the girls.
Yeah.
She's
I think
smarter,
she's
that's for sure.
smarter.
Oh, yeah.
Better. She's everything. I mean, obviously, up until end of season 2, no, because she's the devil. But from that point onwards, slay mama, I say. Slay mama.
To quote Mona herself later in the episode, she says, "Don't you get it? She can do anything. She's everywhere and she's nowhere." And she's saying it about Redcoat, but I think that applies to Mona.
That also applies to
Ali,
Mona.
I want to hear your opinion on this very good question.
I think controversially, I also don't consider her a liar, but I also think that she can be something better than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't need the truth or the lies.
She's above all that.
She's above it all. She's
above that.
It's whatever she wants it to be. As is, I
stand.
guess,
Alison.
no, just for anyone who's having some sort of psychosis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get help, Mona. You did, and you will continue to. Then we see one of the things that she's looking at when Mona comes back in, the person on the hacker, not Caleb, we love you. They close the software so Mona can't see, and we see this like map that says the landing strip,
Which is not
for
a strip
Thornhill.
club.
And I was like, the landing strip? Who's getting shaved? What's happening here? Whose puss are we talking about?
I'm certain that the landing strip is a strip club in a show. I think it's Friday Night Lights. I hope your listeners know that.
That's a good name for a strip club.
It's perfect.
No notes.
I feel like an idiot because when I saw that and I was like, a lodge and a landing strip, and I really did just think of like the form
Normal
of
things.
waxing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought of puss.
And then I'm like, Oh, it makes sense about the plane. I truly
Like the original meaning.
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
thought
it was
this was
foreshadowing
like
a plane.
Going to be some kind of spa situation. We're all getting matching pubes.
Yeah.
They would do it. I believe that they would.
A could make them do it.
They could make them do anything. Then Hannah is going babysitter mode to ask Malcolm who Allison was, because in the last episode, someone who said she was Allison kidnapped him. And then Shauna is here for the meet. What is a meet? Is it because the schools are meeting? Is that what? Is that?
Yeah.
A swim meet's a really big deal.
I feel like they're like not a championship equivalent in swimming, but like maybe a preliminary.
Yeah, so that because like later we see, I assume the other team are Devils or something because
the Red Devils,
the Redcoat Devils, all wearing red coats randomly.
Oh my God,
not just a red t-shirt, but yeah, it seems like a really really big deal.
If they're all traveling to this foreign other school, it must be.
Okay, so
guys, listeners, let us know as well about
Americans.
swim meets. Americans.
Just Shauna Corner for a second. Never said that. That's sticking. Shauna Corner, she is everywhere. She is everything. Because I don't understand how now she has Emily's number from the last episode. We were talking about this. They're like somehow friends now. Paige isn't even around. Now she's like, I'm coming to the swim meet. Water's water. I got to swim in this pool. Also,
if it's wet, it's wet.
If it's wet, it's wet. Puss.
Lesbian.
Puss. It's just, I just hate it. And then I love that Hannah says, I hate her because she flirts with everyone but me.
Was real. And I love that. Also,
Incredible.
with Shauna Corner, while we're still here, I think it was Nene Leakes from Real Housewives of Atlanta once said, now why am I in it? And this whole episode I was thinking, now why is Shauna in it? Like all of a sudden she's just everywhere.
She's like, I'm a main girl now.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you?
I don't think we need her.
What's happening?
I'll tell you why, plot holes. They just needed to explain who was on the train, who was in the plane, who was in the automobile. They need to explain who was helping with certain things, I think. So
apologies. Apologies to your trypophobia. Was it trypophobia?
Trypophobia.
Apologies to it, because there's some holes in this episode.
Amen, Sistine Chapel Corby.
And also, can I just
that.
ask,
Thank
this
you.
could be a coming plot thing. But
Who's coming?
In the Shauna Corner, her meeting with Melissa and Jenna, is this a thing they've done before that I'm forgetting about? Or is this the first?
We've never seen her involved with anyone.
Okay.
No.
Yep. Because I was like, where did this come from? It felt very sudden.
Was it in this episode or in the last episode where that we see her and Jenna hold hands?
This one.
Yeah.
In the woods?
table.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, well, great, we'll get there.
Before this, we've seen her at the costume shop, and then something.
That's it?
And then something in a few previous recordings with me and Ash that
She just showed up having an Olympic swimmer come to the brew.
Yes.
To meet Emily. Why?
Yeah. And then she was like texting Emily, and Emily was getting caught. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
People at home,
Now why is Shauna in it?
if you're an Olympic swimmer, why would you be like, sure, person I kind of adjacently know I'm going to now?
And she seemed like a real athlete, right?
She
like
was,
yeah. Sometimes you see someone in a show and you're like, you're not an actor.
No.
You've
And
got
I
a
will
normal
say, she
person
was,
look.
that's because I brought that up in the episode that I did have to, I was like, I feel this has to be a person. But she was so much better than most athletes.
Really?
In that, like, I wasn't sure.
No.
But I was like, it wasn't great that I had to look it up.
Yeah.
But it's not like when you get like
It's not like
a
Simone
cricketer.
Biles.
Is she been on something?
No, I wish. I wish it was her instead.
I know, that would be so good.
Then next we see Jenna is on the phone to someone in her house and she's like,
Oh, I just want to quickly say at school, for some reason, Ezra is at Rosewood High, which I hate. And then he says to Aria, I don't think the job is going to work out for me. And she says, oh, sorry, and walks away. And I loved it.
I loved it. I love it
That's
when
all
she
I wanted to say about that.
is not talking to him and being with him.
It's great. All right.
Sorry, Mama.
Now back to Kavanaugh House.
We are at the Kavanaugh household, and I think Emily walks past and hears this, maybe. And she says, and Jenna's on the phone, she says, you said you would make it all go away. I'm worried the police have evidence. And then I wrote as a something on the outside. Oh, it's not Emily. It's as A listens from the outside.
Yeah, Emily does run past
Later. She's always on the run.
She's
Active
always
girl.
on the bloody run.
Speaking of
There are so many close your damn blinds moments.
in this, oh my God, it's
Like A
This
is
whole episode, blinds are open.
they're fucking open.
how about instead of opening your blinds, you open your minds?
And close your damn blinds. Why won't
Blinds.
anyone listen to us 10 years later?
There's another merch for you. Close your damn blinds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're ready.
Oh, good.
Oh, Dale's done some designs.
Shout out to King Dale, who is,
Shout out
of
to King
course,
Dale.
Andrew Cunanan A. Dale is A.
And my fiance.
Fiance A. Hence,
you're joining.
Hence that. Okay, so now from a flop to an icon, King Byron is here. Fish Lips Montgomery himself, our boy, and he's being anti-Ezra. And I
Which
couldn't
we
love him
love.
more.
Oh, we love it. He doesn't want Ezra teaching in Rosewood, which we're like, please, slay, we love.
Get Ezra out of our swamp, please.
And then Arya's like, well, he didn't get the job anyway. And
So
then
it's fine,
Byron's
Dad.
like, that's not true.
He's not telling you everything. And then Arya's like, what?
Betrayal.
What? It's crazy. And then from one icon to another, we go to Hannah babysitting Malcolm and interviewing
yeah.
with Ezra to like do it. And she's like, I've got a lot of time in my hands. And then she's
I
talking
haven't
about
babysat
Malcolm.
since I was 15.
15.
I will
Bitch, you're
say-
16, 17, aren't you?
Also, he's like, oh, do you have like a resume or something? It's like, she's a teen going for a babysitting job. I didn't need a
Also,
resume
You're
for
dating
that.
someone her age. You know that they're just a child.
Yeah.
You're
This is kind of the
underage
first
girlfriend's
job
best
that will
friend.
go on her resume.
Jesus Christ.
Also, I would not, no offense to Hannah, but hire someone to mind my kid who was like, I've never babysat. I'm just looking for some money.
Especially a kid. I forget that he doesn't know that Malcolm was kidnapped. Because in my head, I was like, this is so like stressful. Like they need to have a working with children check. I'm like, oh wait, he doesn't know that
doesn't
because
know.
Malcolm had the best time watching the puppet show of Faust.
Also, Americans are
Jesus.
so lax. They're like, yeah, I'll let a 12-year-old mind my 1-month-old baby.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like your Maggie, his newly back in his life baby mum. It's very stressful, but
Maggie Mulligan.
They did it for the plot.
they did it for the plot. And it's not a plot hole. It's a good plot.
It's a good plot because it drives them away from each other, and I hate Ezra. But one thing that Hannah says that might be line of the ep for me is she's talking about Malcolm. She's like, what's he into? Fast cars and fast girls?
And the
She's
look
so
that Ezra,
funny.
it's like, do you not know humor, Ezra? Can you take a joke?
Of course he doesn't. He's a pedophile.
Yeah.
He can't take a joke, but
He's
can.
a boring little bitch.
Can't take a child.
He can take a child. And he shouldn't, but he's proven that he can and he will.
But he will.
All right.
Not
Twice.
if King Byron has anything to do with it.
Okay, so then we are at Emily going for a run, finally. Run o'clock. Walking past the Kavanaugh household, and Jenna is talking to someone. She's like, I missed you. Oh, sorry, it's not Emily. Emily's off swimming, meeting. Maybe
My thing is they're in the woods or something.
they're in the woods. Yeah, they are
It's Jenna
in the woods.
And they
she's
hear a
like-
plane.
They hear a plane. It's worth noting. Jenna's looking cunt. She's
Jenna's
like, she
always-
steps out of a car in the highest heels I've ever seen. She looks so good, gorgy girl.
How dare they? I mean, I'm very glad that she was cast having Sursok our own, but how dare
Cover up
they
her eyes.
cover up those beautiful eyes?
The most beautiful eyes I've ever
Have
seen.
we actually spoke about that? Her and Toby both have pretty eyes. I guess
stepsisters
with
sisters.
Has A referred
Siblings.
to anyone as pretty eyes before this episode?
Once in like an afterwards scene where they're at that same
because it's always
diner.
about like Toberky.
Yes.
Toberky.
Anyway,
Want
and I only
pie.
just picked up. I'm like, oh, they both have like really beautiful eyes. And I'm like,
Done.
Beautiful.
Good casting.
So she says, I've missed you just holding hands with someone in the goddamn woods, and it's fucking Shauna. Why?
now why is Shauna in it?
Get out.
Why is she here?
We're not in Shauna Corner anymore. Get out of here, Shauna.
Please.
Then we find out also for context in that scene that Jenna is once again going blind, which is very sad.
Yeah.
Because her eyes are going to be covered up and because
Sad for us to miss
it's
those.
sad for us to
It's
miss those eyes.
sad.
Then we cut to a clock that says time to change for coffee. That's what it says on the clock. I checked so many times.
Change for coffee.
Time to change to coffee. I can't read my own writing. Time to change to coffee.
I did. Where is this?
This is in the diner, and the woman is about to say, pretty eyes. So
Not change the coffee?
time to change to coffee. Time to change to coffee. What? Maybe it's meant to be time to change the coffee, like fix the pot.
Yeah.
Didn't say that. It says time to change to coffee.
It's suit yourself today, pretty eyes.
Should say that on the goddamn clock.
Should.
But it doesn't. It says time to change to coffee.
Time to change to
And
coffee.
Merch.
We are in merch. And we are in this rando diner.
Yeah.
And little Miss Diner Lady says, seat yourself, pretty eyes. And we see this like shot where they show the reflection of her doing stuff and the person she's talking to. And then it goes like, it's so funny to see, like, I can imagine them being like, all right, so you need to stand here because we've focused, the shot's going to go up to you there. And we need to be, they would have had to do that so many times to go from glass to Toberky.
Yep.
Bam, it's Mr. Toberky himself.
Now,
Mr. Pretty Eyes.
Keegan Allen has beautiful eyes. I'm not disputing it. But not in a way that every fucking hospitality worker
would call
calls him pretty lies pretty lies?
Pretty lies.
Pretty little lies.
Pretty little
lies.
But it is, I know it's like for the plot, but it is crazy that
I would say it to Jenna.
I don't think I think it's the same woman. I may be wrong.
Oh, true.
She just says it to everyone.
And she just,
I think it's just that they've
she's
been,
trying to pick up.
Yeah, she's
and
flirting
God,
with
it would work.
everyone.
If she said that to me, I'd be like,
what they don't
Take
show
me.
is her fingers underneath the shot flicking around the beam. She's like, pretty eyes.
she loves pretty eyes.
Wait, she doesn't say it to Spence, to A that comes in before.
We're literally just about to say it's okay.
Because A comes in earlier.
Yeah, but Troy Balsario has no disrespect to the brown-eyed community.
They're gorgeous, but they're not like,
Okay, but it means we know she's
They're
not
not-
saying it to anyone. They
True.
have to
Yeah,
earn
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yes, but I think
you have to be Toberky.
because we've definitely heard earlier than this. I think it's the same way.
I
to
agree.
Say pretty eyes to someone, so I think that means that Toby has been there before.
Yeah.
That makes
Right.
sense.
Do.
Dudes though.
And then he sits down and he says something.
They're going to be at the party. No,
Yes.
they broke up or something like
Your
that.
plan worked.
Your
or
plan
something.
worked.
Yeah.
Whatever. Someone, the black hood person, he obviously thinks it's Mona, raises her head and she's like, before she raises her head, she says, I know. And he's like, Spencer.
Spencer in hoodie, gag, Toberky.
Spencer.
I wrote, I love that being A is just about dressing a little bit emo and doing a black smoky eye.
Literally, I wrote the same thing later when they're in the lodge that like Spencer, like all of a sudden has straightened her hair.
Yeah.
And
Why?
yet you
You've
have
got to be
wear, like, a
serious
smoky
and
eye.
dark. And she painted her nails black.
We have to talk about this though. Why is she not always wearing her hair in a high pony with the slut strands out? She looks so fucking
It
good.
looks
The cheekbones.
real good.
So good.
Don't know why she's not doing that over goddamn time. Okay, context everyone, I've switched back to phone notes, so no more spelling mistakes. Very sorry about that. What a travesty for the listeners. Okay, so now, the Toberky, Spoberky.
Mona's apparently
Sad.
Mona said that Toberky would be Spencer's reward for delivering all the girls.
The wheels.
Spencer says, I'm the reason Arya and Ezra broke up, to which I say instant buttercream for Spencer. Which is it's worth noting that like a few scenes ago,
We need
Arya
to
and
discuss
Ezra.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Arya and Ezra were like on a park bench and Arya was wearing the ugliest leggings.
I literally wrote two things about this scene. First, finally, that they broke up. Second, fuggliest outfit I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
the leggings. Why are they putting the most gorgeous girl in leggings? And she's just sitting there.
It's giving
You know
like
why?
Allison season 6.
It was 2013.
It
Yeah.
was. And I would have been like, I love these leggings and I'll buy them.
I would have
on
bought them.
Black
Yeah.
milk
Yes.
or whatever. It was a black milk leggings.
Yes.
I never owned a pair, but they had like the Galaxy leggings and
Yeah. After Meredith had so many pairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this like quick scene that we're darting back to for context, they're like Ezra's like caressing her on a park bench
In public.
and she says,
Oh.
nothing about us feels right anymore.
Flop.
Love.
Love from her, flop from him.
And then as Arya tells him to take the job, and I wrote, they break up, yay. At least I think they do. Because they've broken up like heaps in the
It's
last
also kind
two
of weird to
episodes.
not make an Ezra breakup a bigger deal because the fans were so invested. You think that would be
Yeah.
like a dramatic scene.
Well, that's why I was like, and
Yeah,
she
did
walks
they?
away very, not triumphantly, but whatever. Like, it's a big deal, but it's not like a music
That
moment.
big a deal, yes. It's not the rain with
No.
the cars stopped.
No. So I was like, I don't know if they are broken up.
Well, I think it's because there's a scene later in the episode where there is the final moment.
They do,
So I
yeah.
think that's why they purposely didn't make it like,
Conclusion.
Dun,
There was something
dun.
coming, yeah.
to quote Law and Order.
Dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, we don't have time. Then we didn't fully explain the end of Toberky.
Oh, yeah.
Spoberky
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Dinah. She's really upset, obviously, and she's like, "You're alive. Mona told me you were, but I had to believe it for myself." And then he's like, "Follow me," and she's like, "Okay." And they get up and go somewhere.
And he shows her his Instagram and says, seriously, you don't follow me. It's really annoying.
What is this disrespect? I have 419 followers. If you give me one more, I'll be 420. Finally,
Blazer.
please.
420 free at last.
Oh, Put on a t-shirt, merch.
Put on a fucking t-shirt.
9/11, never forget. 9/01, free at last. Okay, so then Hannah says this iconic line in Malcolmville.
Yeah, so she's at Ezra's apartment. She's babysitting this kid that's been abducted.
And she says, it's your choice if you want to grow up and be stupid. Just saying. In reference to him, his brain rotting from watching too much TV.
Also, that would work on no kid. I'd be like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going
I'd
to
be
keep
like,
watching my cartoons.
Girl, I want to be dumb as hell.
He's
I'm
like,
watching Ren and Stimpy. Leave me alone.
I'd rather be dumb than out of the conversation on the playground about what these goddamn cartoons are doing to each other.
And that is what Malcolm said verbatim.
That is exactly what he said. And he had a gun to her head and he said, bitch, get the fuck out of my house.
I want to watch Faust at the puppet show again.
Take me back to Faust.
Take me back to Faust.
He appreciates real art.
He watched puppets and he was like, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
And then Hannah is showing him a barrage of headshots.
They are actor headshots.
They are Cece's headshot, Mona's headshot, Melissa's headshot,
Toby's headshot.
Jenna's headshot.
Pulled straight from the talent directory pages that these actors exist on.
Wild.
I also loved Malcolm's, that's a boy, when she shows Toby.
It's like, all right, mate.
all right,
We're
mate.
just checking. You don't need a pronoun, everyone.
yeah.
Exactly. You don't know what he goes by.
Or they go
Or they. They Berkey. Then we are at finally.
This is where Emily
going
is running.
for a run.
At night. It is nighttime.
in Rosewood.
I'm not like, I wish we could all go run at any time of night. I do.
Absolutely.
But
We can't.
usually women, it is pretty spooky. And also, Emily, you've killed people. You've seen murder.
Maybe
It's
that's why-
Rosewood.
It's Rosewood.
Maybe
What are
that's
we
why she
doing?
feels fine to do it. Because
Yeah.
she's like, I've seen death. I've
killed.
caused death.
True.
I've been to Haiti and built houses. I've been an alcoholic.
I
All
can
my
do anything.
girlfriends
And
are
she
dead.
should feel that way.
You know?
These girls have been in the wars.
They're invincible now.
Speaking of wars, goddamn, Melissa is there. And this is what Emily's overseeing. She's seeing Melissa knock on Jenna's door and Shauna is there. And Melissa says, those bitches are going to be at the lodge at 9. So Melissa, Shauna and Jenna are somehow involved in this lodge plan. So that means they must be somehow, in some way, involved in the A-team. What the hell?
Or
What
the
hell?
NAT club or some...
The bloody NAT club.
Bloody, more like GNAT club, Nat, because they're little maggots.
They are gnats.
They are maggots and gnats, same thing. That's
Also,
science.
these are like adults almost. Like the girls are high school teenagers. They can have their little hijinks. These are women. Like, get a job, do
How
something.
old canonically is Melissa Andrew Cunanically?
Well, she was getting
45.
married in the pilot 3 seasons ago.
Yeah,
Although that's
and-
probably like a week ago. Who knows?
And she was with Ren. Not that you have to be the same age, but like if it's a marker, Ren is like
A full doctor.
medical professional.
Yeah.
Yo.
Wait a second.
And Ian was a teacher.
Ren
Yeah. And Ian looked old as hell in a hot way. In brackets,
Ren.
compliment.
and Stimpy.
That's what Malcolm wants to watch. He wants to watch Ren, Kingston.
Oh my God, it's not
and
Maya
Stimpy.
knew. Malcolm knew. He knew it was Ren.
When Spencer and Ren together, that's Ren and Stimpy.
Malcolm is Redcoat.
Malcolm is Redcoat.
Malcolm is Redcoat.
I would say Malcolm is Redscrote, but I don't want to speak on a child's scrotum because I'm not Ezra Flops Gerald. Bitch, little cunt bitch. Then
Bitch, little
cunt bitch. Spenny gets so little info from Toberky about how or why he was protecting her, right? So they're at I think there's
They're
a
at like
Lost
the,
Woods or
yeah, the Lost
something.
Woods. That's right, because I wrote it as like the Hitchcock Inn place.
It can't be Lost Woods because he's like, Mona doesn't know about this place.
Oh,
It's some other
okay. That's
rando.
good because I was like, I did think it was some kind of callback to the Lost Woods Inn.
Let's
It's
call
probably
this
the same
place.
set.
Let's call this place the Found
be.
Woods.
I accidentally wrote Toberky as Tofurky. And I just,
It's the vegan version.
it's the bit, yeah,
It
and I
is.
just want everyone to know that that's funny. And this is where Ali, I wrote, Spencer is wearing heaps of eyeliner and has her hair different. Lol, is that an A thing?
She was like, I'm going out tonight. I need to do my 2013 YouTube tutorial, Black Smoky Eye.
And she
I liked
nailed
it.
She
did
nailed it. And yeah, he just gives her so little information about like how exactly he was protecting her or like what he did specifically or how he could like pretend to be dead. And she says something that's very true. She's like, okay, I want to believe you, but to be fair, if I saw you in as much pain as I was in once I like, I would not
I would
have
never
been,
do that.
I would not keep it going. Like, and then he sheds a single tear and then she's like, my baby.
And she's like, okay, let's fuck.
Okay, let's fuck. And they get down to biz.
I will say, I wrote Keegan Allen acts in this scene. The glassy eyes I found.
Boots.
Boots.
I found those glassy eyes boots.
I found those glassy eyes boots.
Those pretty eyes.
Those glassy pretty eyes.
I also noted that, I'm skipping ahead a bit, but when they do have sex, the song that plays, the lyrics.
Ride by Lana Del Rey.
Yes. And you can be my full-time daddy.
Yeah. You can be my full-time daddy.
Important.
Oh, we're going to get I'm so excited. That's like one of my favorite songs. I'm keen.
Guys, I hate Lana Del Rey. This is about to be me.
I've
and
never
Hayley's
listened
final.
to a Lana song, so I'm really in the middle.
I don't, not her. I don't know her.
Her songs.
Her songs. I don't like
Are they
it.
too avocado and bananas for you?
I think so. I think it's the
But like you got to listen to the album Born to Die Paradise Edition. It's really good. This era I love.
I can't.
I do love the girl. I do love Lana Del Rey.
I love your love for the love of the girl.
I'm not like a stan, but I just like her music, especially at that time. Like,
If you had to pick one, Born to Die or Born to Try?
And this will say a lot about tall poppy syndrome.
this will, and also me. This is I hate this about me, but I would pick Born to Die by Lana Del Rey because I used to call Delta Goodrum Delta Crapdrum at school.
I used to call her Delty Goodups.
It was complete.
Is this because she took Nick Jonas's virginity? Because I felt that rage.
Yeah.
He was a child.
He was a child.
Wait, sorry.
He was 18. She was 28. Important.
I think he was 19, but still,
Okay,
yeah.
so he was not a child technically. But
They dated for a long time.
Yeah.
I
He
know
took his
this
purity
in
ring
the
off
back
for
of
her.
my
Postmark
head.
Philippoussis.
The poo.
Wait,
The poo.
which Jonas are we talking about again?
The youngest.
Nick.
My
The one that, of course, sings Allie. Red dress.
Redcoat.
Oh!
He is. I know that Nick is the one I find the most attractive.
Wrong.
you shouldn't now if you've
no,
seen
no,
Joe.
no, no,
That's
no.
the incorrect.
I will,
Yeah.
but
We have to stay
I
on
need to
topic.
get. I know. I will have to talk about the Delta Goodrum Nick Jonas thing after this.
Maybe that can be...
Delta Goodrum, for context, is an Australian pop star.
Yes. Listen to
Anyway.
her song Born to Try.
Listen to Innocent Eyes, the album.
The whole
Moving
album.
on.
Innocent Eyes is so good. Okay.
It's incredible. Then
I have a Toberky Kiss Spenny. Yes, they.
Toberky...
We'll talk about their lovemaking when the notes come up.
Spoberky about to make fuck. But first, Malcolm is looking at the pictures on Alison's phone. Sorry.
He's playing. He's like.
Whoa.
Foreshadowing.
He's
On-
like, I'm bored. I want to play a game on your phone.
To Hannah.
Which I love that they had to make Hannah then use a
The
landline
landline.
so that the plot would work.
So funny. And then he's like, here she is. This is Alison. And shows her phone. She's like, what? I don't remember this
This
picture.
is the girl that picked me up.
And he's like, it just popped up. And I was like, what do you mean it just popped up? That's so weird. But later it does explain how it popped up. Thank God. And then there's a picture of Alison and Spencer, and they're like it's like family photo vibes. They're wearing linens. And he's like, that's her. I remember her because they have pretty hair. And she's like, but that can't be her. And she's
Which
about
is
to
a
say,
great little trick because we're like, oh my God, he saw Alison.
Yeah.
Insane.
And she's like, I remember her. And she's about to be like, no, Malcolm, that girl's like, she's about to say dead. And she's like, I remember that one in the blue shirt. And Spencer is the one in the blue shirt.
That was one of the best moments of this finale.
Gag.
I will say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like, and Malcolm delivered it.
He did.
served cunt.
He served cunt.
But I did notice when it cut away, when it was like Hannah's shot, he was just like looking around. He was like, I've done my line.
Then stop like jingling the keys in front of him. Like
and
a
then
baby.
Hannah's like, Spencer? And then it cuts to the girls in Diet House in the Marriott kitchen. And they're all talking about it all. And they're like, Spencer? What do you mean? How is it Spencer? Like,
Crazier than crazy.
this is crazier than crazy. And then for once in their goddamn lives, one of these girls is smart.
Hannah.
And Hannah, of course it's Hannah.
No, wasn't it Emily?
No, it's
It's
Hannah.
Hannah. No,
Hannah's
I
like,
think
I'm putting on
Emily
music.
says- Oh, that. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
And the blinds are still fucking open, aren't they?
I wrote
No,
close
at
your
night.
blinds.
At night. But she turns on music so that if no one can hear them talking, which we
we should have done 3 seasons ago. But
Yeah.
great that we got there.
Great that we got some.
Also, Hannah
Who's
turns
playing?
it on, and then Aria's like, "What? We're having a dance party, Hannah?" And I'm like, "Guys, we need to learn how to like
Communicate.
communicate
And like understand cues.
Yeah,
Woof. Then
And then
Spoberky.
Emily says, I know a way we can figure out if Spencer's still on our side without Mona figuring it out. Genius.
Genius.
genius
With a
for
capital
Emily,
J.
who's barely in this episode."
You know why? All that running. Her mind is clear. All that running, all that swimming. Then
Now, I want to talk about
is Spoberky make fuck.
Spoberky Make Fuck to Ride by Lana Del Rey, which is one of her best songs. I do think this is one of the best music moments in the show only because I like this song.
Ever or just this season?
I don't know, ever, because I
Okay.
don't like any of them. Even this one kind of dropped the
You
ball.
don't like when Spencer's doing her studying montage to Sail.
Oh my God.
No,
I think when she's like high on like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Ritalin or something.
Or what about the end of the Mona Allison body findings where it's like, I know that when the love was
The
broken.
callback when
Yeah.
it's Maya to, oh God, so good.
Great.
I can barely
music.
breathe.
I don't
You
like
know
that
it.
song.
You know
I know it.
Yeah.
I think there
That's a
could have
great
been
music
better
moment.
Of, no,
I think
the
there
best
could have been
music
a better
moment of all,
moment.
of course. So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock and moves, and I don't need you.
Wait, what is it that Emily and Hannah dance to when they're
Oh.
auditioning?
Oh my God.
Oh, it's
Bang Bang.
Anybody could be bad.
It's Bang Bang.
Yeah.
How did they get the money for that? I guess the show was doing really well
Yeah.
at that point.
Wait, what are they auditioning for?
Something for the.
It's like
wants
Hannah
to
went into
dance.
audition and was like, I need a friend to come with me. And then
Yeah.
Hannah does
And then
bad.
and then Shay Mitchell wipes the fucking
Yes.
floor, and Ashley Benson's like,
Oh my God.
and it's so funny because obviously it's the opposite. Ashley Benson is like a trained cheerleader.
Is she? Oh my God, I've seen Bring It On. Don't worry.
Thank
You're right.
God.
You're right.
Bring It On 4,
Yeah.
of course.
I saw some
Roller
of
Coaster
that.
Edition.
So I just want to say on this music moment that I do think it could have been done better. It's like
yeah.
a weird, it's like kind of a sex montage, but it's like not, and it's not in tune to the song.
The editing wasn't.
The editing
right.
isn't, yeah, I'm just like, just show them like caressing it. It just kind of feels, I don't know. I just don't think this show really does well with music moments, like Gossip Girl and the OC,
Yeah.
Yeah. And One Tree Hill, let me just say that.
and probably One Tree Hill. And I assume a lot of shows.
And Vampire Diaries.
And then, guys, from here, we're seeing a scene that mimics the pilot with Arya and Ezra flopping at the window. And this is the final goodbye scene that we alluded to earlier, where they kiss goodbye, and I've written, now get out, pedo cunt.
And she also says there was never a happy ending for us.
You're learning this now?
Yeah, what are we
Teenager
doing?
and adult.
Also, she dumps him, then they kiss. Ew.
I mean, get one
I
last
do
in.
love a callback though. We did get a
Yeah.
few in this episode, which is
We
really
did.
nice.
They're good at that.
Next, Spencer follows thousands of redcoats
We're at the swim meet.
at the meet. Megan, the meet.
The meet. Now, I was confused because I'm like, Spencer sees Redcoat and follows her, but there's a bunch of demons? Why are all the demons wearing Redcoat specifically?
It's a bunch of demons. It's the demons for me. Yeah, so basically there's a bunch of people wearing red because the opposing team is red. And there's someone who Spencer thinks is Redcoat, follows her all around the damn school until they get to, of course, the chapel of the school, otherwise known as the girls' toilets.
Where else?
Where else would they be? And Redcoat turns around and it's Hannah. It's Hannah. And she's like, we knew you weren't on
You
their
followed
team.
me. That means you didn't know who she is either.
And then the girls all come out of the stalls, like Emily
Iconic.
I
and
love
Arya go,
that.
dunk. And they come out and they're like, tell us everything. And Spencer tells them the truth. She's like,
I've seen Toby.
he's alive. And Emily's like, my favorite
Her
biker.
acting was so cute there,
It
Emily.
It was very cute. And then, so we know that the girls are all the same team. And Spencer says, I sent you that text when I knew you were with Malcolm. You did everything exactly as I wanted you to, so that he would see the
Mona's
picture of
watching me.
Exactly. I needed it to be in a way that she wouldn't know that I have told you. So now we have one up on her.
Very lucky timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess she knew when they were together. I
She
don't know.
hacked the mainframe.
She
knew all.
hacked the mainframe. We know she's good at it.
Then we go to Flopsra back in the fucking classroom. He should not be allowed in this school, period.
This also is a
In
callback.
this
There's heaps
town.
of callbacks.
Yes.
There's heaps of callbacks.
How is he teaching Arya again?
How is he teaching?
How are
Full
you
stop.
teaching?
A relationship with a student. How are you allowed to teach?
How is he allowed to teach Arya? They made out at a school ball like a few
Yeah.
a few seasons ago, or like last season.
When he was still a teacher, right?
They made
No?
I think he was like fired. Like, cause she kind of brought him as a date and it was like okay because he wasn't teaching.
Still not
stupid.
okay.
It was just like gross.
Big gross.
And
Then-
I have two lines from Dale about this scene of Arya, Ezra teaching Arya. He says, "This guy's still teaching, huh? And that can't be legal."
Get
I
it,
love
Dale.
that the school's like, you did have a relationship with a 16-year-old, but you're not together anymore, so it's fine. You can come back.
It's insane.
fucked
Well,
up.
in the last episode, fucking Principal Hackett,
Yep.
cunt, he fully was like, so are you guys still seeing each other? No? Great.
Just wanted to get the goss.
Just wanted to
Cool,
find
we'll bring
out.
him back. Maybe he can date another student. A third one.
A third one. Anyway, while he's teaching, he says, okay, now here's a quote from something. He says, all things truly wicked start from innocence. And I was like, okay, here we go back in our book quotes era. Hate you, Ezra. Love you, Ian Harding.
Yes, we love Ian Harding.
King.
Then we are back at Diet House, Marin household, where the girls are putting on a goddamn show and talking about Hannah wearing shoes that she can't afford. And she's like, I can just return them, blah, 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 basically like alluding to her stealing again. And they're dolled up. They look gorgy.
They look gorgy, yeah.
And they're going to wear that
beautiful.
all night. Surely they've put in all this effort to look so glam.
For a good reason. And then they're like, it's so clear that they're putting on a show. And then they like step out of frame. And we'll cut to them in a second. But before we do that, we're in the lodge at Thornhill. So first of all, we know that Spencer's parents have a lake house, right?
Yes.
That's not the lake house. This is somewhere else where they're
They've
holding a
rented or they
soiree.
own? Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a venue.
Yeah.
I don't understand, but it's in an A-framed
A-frame.
building. Which we
So
love.
incredible.
That is actually very good.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Spoberky is in full like Jessica Rabbit drag. She looks so hot. And she and Toberky are like...
The way they make out in front of Mona.
So Mona's basically like, okay, so the girls are on their way. And Toby's like, yep, I have footage of them getting ready. They're on their way. And Spencer's like, they're on their way. Don't worry. And then Mona asks them a question and they just turn to each other and start like,
Sucking face.
And I don't remember how Mona acts, but I wrote Spencer and Tofurky again. Put on a little act in front of Mona and Mona loves it.
Mona's like,
Did
her bean.
Mona like it? Why did I write that?
I think she rolled her eyes, but
yeah, was I being sarcastic?
maybe.
I don't know why I wrote it in caps. Loves it.
I was also like, were they trying to like sell something here, or were they just like, we haven't made out in so long, we can't waste a single second?
No, I think they're just really trying to sell that they're together so that in a second when Toby flips, it's like, no.
The betrayal.
And in this conversation, Mona says, you have no idea what she's capable of, referring to Redcoat. And then we found out, in that conversation, Toberky was the one watching them get ready. And then we cut to, of course, from the girls being like, your shoes, Hannah, to them.
The trail of clothes.
Dumping the clothes and her being like, I really do want to keep those shoes.
We
Shut up, Hannah.
have a hat watch.
Here
moment
we
here.
go.
It is Aria in a big brown sparkly beanie, in brackets, looks good.
I wrote,
Looks
like,
good.
of course, even when they're going full, like, A mode, like, on the run, comfy clothes, she's like, but I need to pin a little beret to the back of my head.
Beanie.
That girl has pins.
And
up
I
the
wore
wazoo.
those in high school.
Oh, you
yeah,
wore
yeah.
those?
Or primary school, I don't know, but I did in my Aria mood.
Someone had to.
And that's why you're that bitch.
And that's why you're that bitch. Then, so yes, of course, the girls sneak into the lodge at Thornhill, like without Mona knowing they're there. So what Mona thinks is going to happen is they're going to rock up all dolled up while they've like left and be trapped in there. When really what's happening
So
is
was
they're
that the
sneaking in.
plan? Because this confused me. The plan was that they were going to arrive unassuming and Mona would leave and trap them?
Yes. So I think the plan was she's like delivered Toberky to Spenny. And then so she says to them once she knows, she's like, they're on their way. She's like, why don't we go for a little walk? And then, so I think in her mind, it's like, okay, the three of us get out of here. The girls are going to arrive. They'll go inside. And then Redcoat will do whatever she's doing. And we've done the right thing. And then Redcoat will give us, who knows then what we'll get to do and play this fun game. But what really happens is she's like, let's go for a little walk. And Spencer pretends to be like, what? No.
Yeah.
Like, Toby, what? And then Toby's like, I'll take care of her. And he's got a huge torch and he goes like, dunk in his hand. And then she's like, wow. Mona's like, wow. I know it sucks to be lied to. Like, Mona, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, come on, Mona.
They're
You're
playing
better than
you.
this.
You're better than this.
Also, this soiree had so many people invited. Like, they just never turn up.
No.
What was the plan with that?
Yeah. So Spencer, So I think Mona's plan was take Spencer out and then get Spencer once she's out. But then Toby's like, I'll do it. So Mona's like, oh, wait sure the girls arrive. So then Spencer and Toberky are like off into the bushes, and we see that Redcoat is flying on in the little plane, little girl, little plane, and Spoberky are united and just playing around, just being silly, and they're running through
Goofy.
the woods. And Toberky says, "Remember why you're here, Spencer. You see her, she doesn't see you." Importante. Then the girls ambush.
They corner her in the A hoodie, which is powerful.
It's wonderful. And then she's like,
What are you doing?
you have no idea what you've done. And then we see that the plane is landing in the strip. Mona is livid. And then we see Redcoat fucking setting fire to one of the invitations. Dropping that bitch.
Wait, is it Redcoat?
I just said someone lights a fire.
I think
someone.
I don't think we see a Redcoat doing it. It's an A.
It's an A.
I think.
I think there are 2 people in red coats in this episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Do we agree?
Right.
Oh, definitely, because yeah.
I think one of them is A. As if we haven't read the episode description at the top.
Yeah.
I think this person is also. We do see them in a red coat, because then it makes it really confusing at the end when they see Alison. It's like, wait,
Gotcha.
why would she do this?
Yes.
And this is where I wrote, this is chaos.
Absolutely.
This is where I was like, okay, I don't know what's
Because I wrote,
going on.
do we know who lit the fire?
We didn't
Ryan
start
started the fire?
I do not know.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I don't want to give any spoilers because
No.
we have learned that there are some people
along with you.
Yeah.
There are some people that have genuinely never watched,
Good for
which
you
we
guys.
did not think was
Which
possible.
is so awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's so,
That's the dream.
So we're trying to, we will find out who lit the fire, and I think I remember why as well, which I'll say.
and the good thing is I don't remember
Yeah,
much. I
same.
remember like
Yeah.
really small moments.
In regards to the fire, when Mona says, we're all going to burn, it reminded me of Hunger Games Catching Fire. No, Mockingjay, when Katniss is like, if we burn, you burn with us. Like, it was just such a weird delivery.
Yeah.
we're all gonna burn. And she says she sees the A-frame, because it's such a wooden building, catches fire, and they see immediately like everything start to go up in flames. And Mona's like, "What have you done?" And then she says iconically, "It's her. Don't you,
You
get
it?
it?
She can do
She can do
anything. She's
everything.
everywhere and she's nowhere.
And I said, "Okay, Santa."
Not God, just
I said,
Santa.
what a wild thing to say in a crisis.
so true.
And then
Like literally the building is on fire. You'd just be going shit, 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 shit,
yeah,
shit, shit, shit,
where's
shit,
a
shit.
window?
where's the
Yeah.
window? And then we find out Mona says, "I'm never going to know who she was." And, the
And
girl's
they're
like,
all like, huh?
Miss Scusi, what? And she's like, I never knew who she was. And now we're all going to fucking die here in this house, you fucking dumb cunts.
Also, she says Redcoat in a way that's like, cool. So everyone knows to call her Redcoat.
It's canon.
It is canon.
Yeah.
It's Andrew Cunanan.
Because I think the girls at the first time it really happens, they're like, what are we calling her? Redcoat? Is that a thing that happens? I swear they like say that.
I think Hannah says it. I think Hannah
Yeah.
coins the term. Trendsetter alert.
So I guess, and Mona's probably listened to them say that, I guess.
True.
My next note is Toboki get knocked down in the woods with a lighter planted next to him.
Yep, mine is Toboki get bonked.
Which is
Toby
a
can get
classic
bumped.
thing to happen to Toby. If there's one thing about Toby, he's going to get framed.
He's
For
gonna get framed,
fire-related
and he's
crimes.
gonna get some blunt force trauma to the noggin.
Do we think it was with that?
TBH, I kind of hope so
flashlight,
with the
he was-
torch. I do hope so for that little performance he gave.
Absolutely. He gets bonked. He's knocked over the head. The lighter is left next to him. And then we cut to, straight from that to someone dragging the girls' fucking
Yeah.
bodies.
Also, if we assume that some time has passed, the event people, the soiree guests
event people.
would have arrived.
Well, there's no real soiree. That's the thing.
But wasn't Spencer's family planning this?
No, that was
Oh
all
yeah,
a
no,
bit.
that threw me off.
Oh, I
yes.
was misled.
No. Okay, so
As were the
because at the
girls.
top of the episode when they were talking about the soiree, I'm like, what a weird
Was
family.
Spencer lying?
Yes,
It
because
was all set up.
I wrote like a kooky little note that I'm like, how funny that like this family planned a party for her
Yeah.
getting out of a mental institution.
Well,
like,
I think she in the bathroom scene where she explains everything to the girls, she does say to them like,
It's fake.
"It's fake."
Yes.
I just said that too.
gotcha. So you're like,
Yeah,
because then I
get you
went
there.
back and like deleted that.
I'm
note,
too
'cause I'm like,
naive,
oh.
guys.
Well, it was sneaky.
Yeah.
It was
sneaky.
sneaky.
And then, so immediately we see someone dragging the girls' bodies out of the house. And I'm like, okay, so there's a firefighter? First of all, someone had to know how to get into that house safely, get out
Carry
safely.
3 or 4 people. 4 people.
Four
In
human
little like
bodies.
stilettos.
Yep.
Insane. And then we see Hannah being like plonked down on the ground from being dragged out. And she's like, and she opens her eyes. She sees someone in a red coat. She focuses. Hayley, who do we see?
It is not Ali Sheehan.
Even better.
It is Ali De Laurentiis, clear as day.
I remember being gagged seeing
Yeah.
this for the first time.
Well, I was gagged, but then I was like,
Is it a dream? Yeah.
hallucination.
Yeah, I think I'm the same because
They've
there's
done
an-
it so many times.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
another moment that's like my favorite moment that will come later that I found such a gag that I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know
if this is real.
I don't know how I felt the first time I saw this.
And then
because it looks
this
clear
was
as
Hannah's
fucking day.
first time seeing Allison, because you know how all the girls at some point have like a
Yeah,
dream
'cause
sequence or a drugged.
I think Hannah had a hallucination of her when she was in hospital at some point.
You're
for
right.
Something.
In
She was
the
the
Candy
first.
Striper
Yeah, I think she was the very
dress.
first hallucination.
Yes.
So she's like, oh, whatever, Allison. She passes out, and then all of a sudden Mona arrives. She's like, did you see her? Girls, did you see her? And they're like, what? She's like, Allison dragged us out. Allison saved our lives. She's alive.
And everyone's like, you're crazy.
You're
it was
crazy.
a hallucination. And then
They gaslight her.
I didn't think Hannah was going to I thought Hannah was going to keep it a secret, and then she backs her up. And then Spencer says it.
And then Spencer's like, did you guys see it? It was Allison.
her.
So she saw her. And that's the confirmation, because it could be that two of them are hallucinating, sure. But for some, Spencer
also-
only saw her going to the plane,
That's true.
I think. So that means that Spencer saw her in a different situation. Spencer wasn't locked in the house, right?
She just saw her across the landing strip.
Across the across the pubes. And then Toberky wakes up from his bonk. Thank God. He doesn't need to be committed for any more crimes.
Or dead.
Or dead.
From a bonk.
Yeah.
He's been dead already, fake version. Then Mona explains they're in the car, and we love to see a full car, you know?
Yeah.
The girls
This is
nice.
when I thought of the question, is Mona a liar? Because she's fully like with the group.
in the
Yes,
middle.
yeah.
I think from this point onwards, it is setting that up, and then there is a shift at something that happens, I believe, in the next season, or maybe it's season 5, that Mona does. Mona basically from this point forward is calculating a move that will happen at some point. But in the meantime, she definitely takes shelter in the girls and becomes, I think
Yes.
she's like a surrogate girl.
She's an honorary liar.
Yes.
Yes, that's perfect.
I think that's the way. And yeah, honorary liar.
I mean, none of this would exist without her.
What would
No.
Allison be?
Can't.
I also think an honorary liar, because I don't know if this is getting into spoilerdom, so I don't know, maybe fast forward 30 seconds, but like Ali and Mona put them in this situation,
Yeah.
right?
Everything that's happened.
So
is
I don't
because
think
of
they're
them.
part of that core, like they're all trauma bonded, and I think
Yes.
Ali and Mona are differently
Well,
trauma
they're the
bonded.
puppet masters.
Yeah.
Poupée.
Yeah.
That's
The
why I'm like, they
Faust-
could be
Faust
honorary,
puppets.
but they're Faust.
It's Faust.
That's what we call
Anyway.
them.
Then Mona is explaining to the girls how all this happened. She's like, yeah, Redcoat came in while I was in Radley, and she like wanted to help me with the game, which was so nice to have a partner, but then she stole you from me.
And does she say she was wearing an Allison
Yes,
mask?
she does.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
then
the
I was like,
porcelain
well,
Allison mask.
is that what Spencer then saw? Did she see an Allison mask but assume it was Allison? Like, I wonder if we're kind of meant to question that.
Which
We-
I think we're
absolutely
meant to,
are.
and it's like, no,
We saw
the
her.
Allison mask is fucked and
Yeah.
does not look like beautiful
Sasha.
Sasha.
And the fact that Mona's like, she looked just like Allison, but it was a mask. And we see that mask multiple times. It's like, bitch,
if
that's
someone
not a human
said that
being.
about me,
Looks like
I
a
would
baby.
be like, I am going to a cosmetic.
It looks like a shiny
Surgery.
baby. You know what it looks like? It looks like when someone's passed away and they've put makeup on the dead body.
yeah.
That's what that face looks like. Which, I mean, is fitting. She's ... dead? Question mark?
Also, how fun to wear a mask of yourself to be like,
Yeah.
I'm Allison. Just kidding, I actually am.
I know.
Terrifying. Then Mona also reveals that she wasn't the one that drugged she wasn't the one that drugged Emily on that night, which is of course not the same as the longest
night?
night. That night is the night that Emily dug up Cedric
was a grave
Gravedigger,
digger.
as we called it. I believe the episode title is Cedric Gravedigger.
One of our best.
One of our best.
Absolutely.
And she says that Redcoat was there. She saw it all happen. She was there, but she didn't like really contribute that much. And then they arrive in the goddamn town square. Jester flops in the clown square vibes. It's the lake ass car is pulled out. There's seaweed
It
galore.
would stink so bad.
Smelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just flashing blue and red. How's Hayley? How has no one else seen this car?
I actually just assumed this was out the front of someone's house.
It's the church.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the church?
It's for whom's the bell dongs? It's these girls.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was towny vibes, like in a suburb.
No, it's in front of the fucking. It's right in the middle of the
Okay,
square.
yes, because it's Wilden's
Stupid.
car is just out there.
It's got to be like 1 a.m.
true.
Although it was 9 that they were at the lodge. Who knows?
I mean, how long does one pass out after fire inhalation?
Time passes differently in
Yeah.
Rosewood.
That's
we know
really
this.
does.
They have different forms of transportation and different measurements of time.
When they get to the car, the video recorder is playing the incident where Ashley ran over Wilden.
The video recorder being a laptop.
A laptop.
A laptop.
I thought it was just like embedded in the car. For
It's
some
just like a
reason.
loose
Oh.
laptop on the floor of the
Which
passenger
means
seat.
like, was it playing on a loop until they arrived.
I think so. Which is
Again,
what
the timing of everything
Yeah.
is
it's so
convenient.
weird. It's so crazy because we've seen that happen the last time when the car was parked in
The garage.
the garage. Yes, in
Yes.
the Marin garage.
Yep. Also, this moment to me felt like it was meant to be a massive reveal. When we see
Yes.
what's on this video, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
Oh, and what we see is, of course, an edit of like Ashley and Wilden fighting her, being like, "Get out, get away from me!" And then it cuts to Wilden's unconscious body that Ashley has run over on the floor, and Shauna and Jenna coming to pick him up.
And this is
Why?
where I wrote finally in all caps, now why is Shauna in it? Because I was like, what is this woman doing? This
Shauna Corner,
beautiful
why?
queer woman. Why is she involved?
what are they doing to you?
And
I don't care about her.
no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to this
I
man.
hope she wins the swim meet. I hope she won.
I hope she won.
Past tense.
I hope she loses whatever she's doing here because she's pissing me off. I don't know why she's here. And then the girls are like, "How do they know Wilden?" And it's like, bitch, he's a corrupt police officer. You have to assume he knows everyone. At
Everyone
this point.
knows everyone in this tiny,
Tiny
little
town.
Everyone needs to move out of Rosewood.
The fact that last episode one of them could
We need Ashley to get
her New
her
York
promotion
job.
at the annual conference.
For the
So that
bank.
her and Emily
Get to the
Hannah
Big
can move
Apple.
out. Yeah.
The Big Apple. Then the girls are all standing there like, "What the hell, Shauna?" Blah, 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 blah. And they step back and they get a text.
Do we all have this text written down?
Yes, I think we have to say it in
Okay.
unison.
You're mine now. Kisses.
A. And the writing is in red, which I don't think you can fucking do on an iPhone
No.
in 2014, 13.
They got that HTML. Not really. You can't do
Can't.
that.
And I love that Mona reads A to show that she also got the text. And
Yeah.
she's
This
like-
is maybe her being like, I'm a liar now.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
with
yes.
you.
Yeah.
she's like, well, fuck. And then
And also, this is a transition from A to Redcoat. Like, this is
Yes.
a transition
Yeah.
of an era.
Yeah.
yeah, from anus.
Thank God.
to
I
Redscrote.
welcome it.
Yeah, we
I'm
needed it.
3 seasons of like A stuff. It's like, let's move on to the next big
Yeah.
bad.
Come on, let's get full on interstate crimes going on. No spoilers. We're
Fire
going-
up the jet.
Let's get the jet
Someone's got a jet.
to the next crime. Then they open the boot,
The trunk.
The
for
trunk.
you Americans.
The trunk.
if you will, of the car. We see camera from inside the boot looking at the girls and they go,
Like the end of Hamilton.
it's exactly like the end of
Left up to your
Hamilton.
interpretation as viewers.
The end of Hamilton.
I hate the gasp at the end of Hamilton.
Can I tell you something?
What?
It's you that does the gasp.
I did the gasp at the end of my show in the same way because I thought it was hilarious
It's
to make
so
fun
funny.
of Hamilton.
That's so funny.
All right.
my last show. Okay, now that's the end of the normal episode, but then there is a little extra scene, which is, I think, one of the most iconic scenes
Yeah.
in the whole show. We see a crane shot from so far in the sky on like a patch of grass that has like lines outlined and there's like a circle and there's some construction going on in a yard. And it's like music. Do you think that was accurate?
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's zooming and zooming and zooming and zooming.
I'm just going to say, Ali, would you like to describe this scene?
No, she's doing a great
Sure.
job.
No, I was going to
I
ask you. I want to ask you guys what we see. I just wanted to make the. So that's. Imagine all that now. What's the first thing that you notice, Ali?
The dirt.
The dirt. There's dirt. Okay, great, Hayley.
Dirt.
What else we seeing?
Then it's like moving around
Moving around in dirt.
in dirt.
Worms.
And then a hand.
Cousin It.
Cousin It.
No,
a
wait, is
hand.
that? No, not Cousin It.
I don't know.
Cousin
Thing.
hand.
Thing.
Thing.
And a hand is a thing. I'll go on record and say that that's true. Fucking a hand is coming out of the ground, which indicates that a human being is buried in the ground.
And very much alive.
Very much alive. And then what's the
then-
last thing we see?
Another hand.
Another hand coming out, yanking that hand out, and they start to pull.
Incredible. That's
So
the gag.
satisfying.
I think that and what did I say was the other gag of the episode? The picture of Spencer? I said something else. Was
On the
like
phone?
Yeah, no.
It's all gag. It's all gag.
Something
to
else
me.
was like a good gag. Anyway, but that ending was a gag.
That was one thing in this episode that made me really excited to watch the next episode.
Yes.
Like, who is that hand?
Also, when
which, to be fair, we will not learn in the next episode.
I think I
It
was
is
like
really
writing
nice.
the notes because when like on Stan it popped up with like the next episode, I was like, wait, okay. I don't know. I was like, I was surprised.
And it's over. That last like 10 minutes, because I was watching and I was like eating and I had to leave and I had exactly like 45 minutes to watch it, which as long as the episode was. And I remember like, okay, I've only got 10 minutes. And I was like, all of the action happens, no joke, in like 7 minutes,
Yep.
the last 6 to 7 minutes. It's crazy.
A lot of their season finales are like that.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. But
I think
also-
I've said before that their penultimate episodes are the best.
Yes.
Which was the same with
Agree.
Riverdale. I learned that watching Riverdale, like, the penultimate episode's good. And
That's
then
where
the
it's at.
finales are like, they're hard landings to stick.
I will also
Landing strip.
note, I remember the actresses saying when they filmed this, they didn't know what was in the trunk. And so they were just told to like act as
Wow.
surprised and scared.
Wow.
So if you look at them all individually, there's slightly different responses.
Well,
Like,
now we have to,
someone
like,
has
post
disgust, someone has fear. So it's interesting that they didn't know what
okay,
they were acting to.
inside out.
That's
the emotions.
incredible.
And it's funny because now later, once we do find out what it is, some of the reactions don't really fit as well as they
Yeah,
should.
they don't match up.
I think I've seen that somewhere because I do know what
in
is
there?
in the, yeah.
They really
But it
said
wasn't
a
in like the
cab
trivia.
by opening that police trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
I think that leads me to some trivia because that was, I think, the best
Okay.
bit of trivia we have, but I've got some really quick triv.
Go.
Okay. The working title for this episode was If You Provoke Me. Interesting. Spencer mentioned the quote that she said in the pilot, hope breeds eternal misery. And lastly, a film was released in 1941 called A Dangerous Game. Title of it. It revolves around 2 detectives that are trying to solve mysteries in an isolated mental facility.
Love
Perfectly
that.
fitting.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Now, I just want to quickly share some comments from the PLL wiki that made me laugh.
Okay.
So at the end of like the PLL wiki page, there's just comments. There's heaps. One was, wow, even after 4 years, I still cannot make sense of this episode. What a mess. Someone else said, what a shitty finale. Someone else said,
That was me on Tumblr in 2013.
someone else said, who is A?
And we know the answer is Dale.
Someone said, so happy that Spencer and Toby are back together. Love the sex scene. And then
that
a
was
reply,
you.
that was me. And then a reply said, grow up.
That was me.
And then another person said, Spencer and Toby's sex.
That was Ali.
And then a reply said, dude, you need to get laid ASAP. And then the
It's
person
probably
that
a 9-year-old.
I know, and then the person that originally said that said, I'm in high school, so I'd rather not get laid. Stuff you.
Stuff you.
Anyway, I should read the comments more because
Yeah, that's a joy.
people are so like mean.
Send us a DM if you said stuff you growing up. 'Cause I feel like that's a very Australian thing.
Yeah.
Stuff you.
All right, we need to get into our segments.
Seggies, segments,
Seg
seg rolls.
rolls.
If you're confused by any of this, head to our Instagram call.an.adult, where one of our pinned posts explains all these stupid
law.
segments. Okay. Who is the hottest adult in this episode?
Miss Pretty Eyes herself. Dinah Girl.
Dinah.
For me,
Dinah
it's
Girl.
King-
Sam Montgomery from A Cinderella Story. Dinah Girl.
Dinah Girl. Important.
For me, it's King by Wrong for still trying to tear.
It is still King by Wrong, of course.
To me, it's Jenna. Pretty Eyes. I'm sorry. I'm not saying she's the best character. She's just
No.
the
We'll let you
prettiest.
have your opinion.
Thank you.
Have it.
Get it. Have it.
Yeah, what was the yikes of the episode?
I would say it's Spencer not really asking any more questions before being like, a single tear? Let's fuck. After you pretended you were dead.
I forgive you.
I forgive you for, faking your own fucking death. That worries me.
To me, worse than that was Ezra acting like Hannah wasn't funny.
That's a
That's a crime.
That
That's
whole
worse than him dating Arya.
That's it. Because I was going to say, like, I don't know, the fire is a bit of a yikes. But that
Yeah.
scene where Ezra and Hannah were in the brew, and they were like sitting weirdly close to each other. I was yikesy vibes. I was like,
was
icky
yikesy.
vibes.
Get him away from her.
And of course, the big yikes of the show, for context, is their relationship.
Yes.
Arya and Ezra's relationship.
So this was a good one
Overarching, yeah.
for that yikes.
Big yikes, yeah.
Who gets a buttercream from us, Daddy,
Daddy
Hastings?
Hastings.
Arya.
Aria. Great. And I
My
think
girl.
a lot of them, Hannah for turning up the music.
Yes.
Some smart moves were made today.
So many
Spencer
Hannah.
for breaking up Ezra and Aria, even though it's meant to be a bad thing. Just a
the
lot of
best
people
thing.
can have one. Who needs to wait for Crazy Bread from Noel Khan?
Redcoat.
Red, absolutely.
maybe.
Yep.
Also, chartering a plane during a climate crisis
Rude.
for a bit.
Speak on it.
That's all I have to say.
Was it Taylor Swift in that jet?
Was it Taylor Swift?
Was it Taylor Swift in that jet?
I hope so.
Imagine,
Imagine if
yes.
Taylor Swift was Redcoat.
She's Redcoat.
She's Redcoat.
She would mastermind.
Easter eggs are her thing.
Was a mastermind.
So true.
Well, every time we mention Easter eggs, I just think of Taylor Swift.
Her
in this
impact.
episode. Her impact.
Or
PLL's impact on her.
So true.
I wonder if she watched.
It would have
raised
been so
her.
good if she did. You know how like Lady Gaga was in like Gossip Girl and
Hilary Duff was in
Hilary Duff, of
Gossip
course.
Girl.
Hilary Duff, the
Gossip
most
Girl.
important cameo of all time.
like, well, Hilary Duff was a character, whereas Lady Gaga was
she was
just
herself.
Gaga.
Yes.
It would be great if Taylor Swift was just they're like, oh, she's playing at Rosewood.
I mean, she
Yes.
did do that in the
Church.
Hannah Montana movie.
You're right. Although I think she was just girl from Crowley Corners.
She could never be.
I want like a 2013 Taylor cameo.
I want
Yeah.
her singing and Paige and Emily like dancing to it, and Emily would judgmentally like, "You're enjoying that a little bit too much, Em," like she did with the Beyonce, the new Beyonce.
Such a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
What did we? That was crazy, Brett. Okay. Did we answer the question? Yes, Redcoat. Okay. What gave us a hardcover as in horny? I mean, Spoberky, fuck. I
Spoberky
guess.
make fuck.
It didn't get me in a way that like Hannah and Caleb, but it's like
Yeah.
it is.
Nothing could be Barch.
the
Nothing
horny.
could be the shower.
I miss
Unfortunately.
Caleb in this episode.
I miss Caleb. I'm happy Byron was there.
I miss Ella.
I miss Ella too.
Oh, I always miss Ella Carr Richards Montgomery.
Girl.
Cool. What gave us a soft cover, as in what made us flaccid?
Ezra being like, no, let's not break up. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll teach you at school. Innocence. Duh.
Yes.
Go to jail.
Yeah. Die.
Die.
Who gets a wine from Byron?
Byron. I want him to
Byron.
have his own wine. Aria should have an underage wine because she's done a great thing.
Yeah.
Spencer should have a wine. Cheers with Tobe. You know, like let's
I
get
want to
litty.
see Emily do a cheers with Spobe because she hasn't
Yeah.
reunited with him yet. I mean, Toberky,
Thank you.
because she was really excited to see that he was alive.
And they're famously very,
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 very
good
close.
friends.
Yes.
Favorite biker.
Favorite biker, the person she came out to.
Oh yeah,
think
he
she said.
encouraged her.
Oh yeah, encouraged her to come out. Great. What was the line of the episode?
I stick by her saying to Hannah saying to her, Ezra. So what is he like? Fast cars and fast girls.
That is so funny.
She killed
Very
it.
funny.
I'm also Hannah always gets line of the episode. She gets
Always.
the best written lines and she can deliver them. I also I think that's the line of the episode. I'm going to give honorable mention to I hate her. She flirts with everyone but me.
Yes,
Relatable.
Agree
Funny.
with both.
absolutely.
Hannah always wins.
10 out of 10.
And the silliest one was Mona screaming during a fire like she's here, she's everywhere, she's nowhere at once, whatever it was.
We're all
everything
gonna
everyone-
burn.
And that's it. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We did it.
Oh, Ali, thank you
go.
so much for being here.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for
Ellie, we
having
love
me.
I've got my little camcorder out.
Are you
just to-
A?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
peeking
right.
through the
It's me,
blinds?
It's A. I'm peeking through the peaky blinders. What a gift. What a gift this final moment has been. Wow.
Wow. This
Ali,
was so fun.
we love you.
I love you guys.
Come
I love
on
you all
anytime
listening
you
as
want.
well. I will. So
Please.
thank you.
Everyone that's listening and or watching, we love you. Thank you so much. Hayley, love you.
Ash, love you.
Ali, where can the people find all the things that you're doing?
I was trying to think of what's the website called.
Tumblr.com.
My Tumblr is
I have to mental
pretty
note.
little conspiracies.
Yes.
Tumblr.com.
Yes.
Genuinely, Ali had an incredible...
I have this pinned to the top of my. Oh, I don't know. Yes.
Filter.
Anyway, because I loved it so much that I had to like pin it to the top of my notes.
It is a bit outdated as I stopped uploading about 10 years ago, but
Well, the show ended then, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of OnlyFans was the word I was looking for.
Right.
My Instagram is a girl named Ali. So
And is all...
You got to follow it, even though I think a lot of our listeners, or at least a lot of our Instagram followers, do
Yes.
follow.
taste.
But
I'm
also,
pretty sure, like, there's a
also
big
YouTube.
crossover.
Watch all of Ali's videos. They're
Yes.
hilarious.
I do
They're
have
wonderful.
some PLL content on my YouTube if you would like to watch. It's just
it.
Ali Sheehan.
We love you.
We know you guys have taste, so we know you guys
Love
are
you
going to go
guys.
And
follow Ali.
Hayley, we need to tell the people.
Please.
Please, you motherfuckers.
Close your damn blinds.
It's not that
Close them.
hard. Just shut
Please.
it. Because not only could A be out there, Emily could be on a run.
Emily could be on a run.
She could be on a run.
Ezra could be out on the streets.
Ezra could be teaching.
Ezra could be outside your window writing a quote from Faust.
Oh my god.
Or To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
Tequila, Mockingbird.
Oh.
Get a drink.
Hello,
So
hello.
raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways.
I also love that it was so what?
Oh, yes. The wrong song. It's so, people that listen to that, I bet we're going to get comments from people like, it's the wrong song. And then listen to the rest of the episode. Oh, okay. Never mind.
We were wrong and we know it. Okay.
Okay. But you know what we're not wrong about? Loving you all.
Do you know the wicked sting that we do at the end of every episode?
I would like to witness it.
You'll join. If you know it, join in. Toe Berkey.
Toe Berkey. And of course, Ezra's ass goes... Goodbye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Call an Adult. We appreciate you more than Alison appreciates immortality, my darlings. Please give the show some love by giving us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice.
You can stay up to date on episodes by following our Instagram at call.an.adult, as well as our respective Instagrams at Ashley Crapapp and at Hayley Tanto. Have a lovely day, and don't forget,
Shut your damn blinds!
see ya! Call an Adult is recorded on the stolen lands of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land. Sovereignty was never ceded.